good evening to you, Mrs. Paul.
Yeah, the time here in Australia is 8:34 in the evening. What time is it in Turkey right now?
Well, it's in the afternoon, 1:34 p.m.
All right. So how is your exhibition in Turkey, the jewelry gold exhibition? How is it?
Well, it was a disaster.
Why is
It was
disaster?
also, well, it was maybe a disaster for the Turkish market, but for me, again, it was useful to be there on the third time because participant was very less, about 350 altogether, with all the companies you just named it, social media and machinery, jewelry, refinery company, altogether 350 company.
Well, at least you
And
gain knowledge there out of them. At
well,
least.
I just, yeah, I just refresh my memories. Who is participating most of the time to do this exhibition? However, my target was to not get in touch and contact with Turkish jewelry manufacturer companies. However, it was mostly is get in touch and contact with the foreign companies. And I did. This time I promote and I advertise you and me to two foreign companies. One of them was Malaysian-based company, and I shared the business card with you. Okay, Mr. Andy Soon, he was a chief officer. It is a good company, and when I look at their jewelry product during the exhibition, I surprised. When I come back from the exhibition, I sat down in front of my computer. I check this company webpage. They have a better production in back home. So next day I went to them to meet again, and I told them, Mr. Andy Soon, why you participate in this exhibition? Does not make any sense for you because the goods which you are presenting, you cannot compete with the Turkish giants
Mm-hmm.
because Turkish companies they have a very good production. But on the other hand, you have a better production in back home for the Asian market. So I kindly advise them, you better go and work with us. We can supply for you raw material because 90% of the raw material comes from the recycling gold from the retail people, the retail
Mm-mm.
buyers after when they decide to not use anymore. So I told them, you have a old tendency. You have a very good CEO, Mr. Leon Lee Moon, his name, and he has also was the craftsman in the jewelry sector, and you can do better business. So I told them you should go to stay in either way in Malaysia, Hong Kong, or go to Dubai.
Mm.
So if you can work with us, you can get better deal and supply the raw material with a good deal, and you can start to bring the graphic up what to do in your company. So this is the first thing.
So what did
And
he say
second
when you
thing,
were talking to him?
yeah, second time I just stopped by them and I told them I just come to greet you and I wish you have a safe and happy journey back home while you're heading back to home country. They were two of them as a representative of their company. So we just chit chat and talk each other. They've been happy. So he said, when I go back to home, I have to find out to the tax situation how much it's going to be the import tax. And he also agreed. But instead of bringing gold to the Malaysia, we better go to the Dubai. So I told him, you can negotiate amongst your CEO, your company chairman, and once when you settle, when you decide to go to Dubai, yes, that is the time you can make a real business. Otherwise, participate in the jewelry exhibition in Istanbul, Turkey does not make any sense for your company.
What
Because
you have
all
to
these
do when you're
two
going
people
back to
will be a
him?
better
Ramesh, what you have to do when you're going back to him? If they're gonna register their company in Dubai, they need to have a compliance. They need to have a money laundering certificate.
yeah,
Mm.
Mrs. Ford, he knows all this subject. He was a very short but clever man. That's why I believe the company chose him as a operation officer. So he knows all this thing, anti-money laundering certificate, corruption, because As you do remember, in Malaysia, one of the ex-prime minister has been arrested because of the corruption.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah, and Mr. Abdul Rizak, I believe his name was Abdul Rizak. So he knows this one. Secondly, again, one of the United Arab based company participate this jewelry exhibition. I took my notice, and next day I went to visit their stand. I look at, yes, but the company webpage says Bahrain, one of the coast country, Bahrain. So Bahrain based. However, he was an Indian, and he was a young, tall Indian fellow, and we talked, and he said, "I'm buying gold from the Ghana, and it might be true or false. I don't know." I told him, and he said, "Every month, almost nearly 20 kilos of gold I'm buying from Africa." Okay, I told him, "We can also supply for you. Here is our terms and condition. I hand over our terms and condition physical and your personal biography. And next time also I visit him again." So I told him, that's how we work. And he has a partner. Once when they go back home to the Dubai, and let them decide, let them do when they are willingly and ready to work with us. So this exhibition is also useful for me. At least two more companies, they already learned you. One in the United Arab Emirates, one in the Malaysia.
Okay.
So slowly, world is getting to know you more and better, Mrs. Paul.
Exactly.
And third things, I met with our ex-friend, with Mr. Hussein. You know that this company, Turkish Gold Refinery, SAR?
Where he come from?
You made a short video. Do you remember Mr. Shadi? He was the owner of the company, and Mr. Hussein. You talked him last year in the April during the exhibition again. He was their operation manager, I guess.
Oh yeah, I do remember. And I was talking to him a live video call on the first exhibition in Turkey. Yes. Yeah. And what did he say?
I told them, hey, they told me, I told them a joke. Hey, somebody told me there is the best Turkish tea here. That's why I come to visit your stand. They always said, "Hi, how are you, Rams?" They give you this time a small stand, not like in the first exhibition when I met with them. So we talk about how is the business, what you guys doing, etc. He said, "We are planning to come to Istanbul, open a location, and we are also thinking about Dubai, and we are also taking some serious, focusing on the Dubai, especially in DMCC." But after when I talked with him, the words was coming from his mouth like, we are trying to get more and strong financially to purchase the gold monthly, 150 kilo. Something clicked in my mind, and I couldn't tell his face straight. So I tell to myself, let them decide what they like to do, because for 150 kilo of gold doesn't make any sense to go to Dubai as a gold refinery company, because they cannot compete such a quantity. In Dubai, plenty giant gold refineries. They are recycling monthly tons of gold and silver. I told them, okay, you can go after the New Year in January sometimes, go to that, and I explained the situation. I showed your video, which you took in Gold Soak. Do you remember, Mrs. Ford?
Yes.
I told them, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit...
I was talking to a guy who owned the shop in Gold Soak. Did you show it to him?
No, but I just show your driver, and you've been asking information from this young Indian fellow.
Yes.
To make sure, I told them, listen, this is the small Indian gold jewelry manufacturer. I'm sorry. The companies, they're also desperately looking for gold, but the point is they don't have enough cash to fly to the Africa. If you go there, yes, as a refinery, you can supply for them raw material, or you can turn to gold bullion, you can sell, or you can use it for your own purposes, whatever you like. You have many options. But I understand, finally, they have a little bit financial low credibility. So 150 kilo, what does it make sense for a gold refinery in Dubai?
They don't have cash at the moment, Ramesh. They are just dreaming.
Yeah,
They don't have cash
yeah,
because now the
yeah.
price of gold today, just now, is 116,450 per kilo.
Let me click. I mean, I'm talking to you with my computer, Mrs. Ford, my dear sister. Yes, 3,920.
Yes, it's almost 4,000. So
Yeah,
before,
kilo,
yeah, go ahead.
and the kilo is 127,292.
That's correct. That is refined. That is refined.
Mrs. Ford, yeah, Mrs. Ford, can you imagine? Last week was 118,000
That's
per kilo.
right. That's correct.
You see, from where to where? You see,
Yeah.
last year, do you remember when we say, you also say this, the ounce will be $4,000 end of 2024. These bastards, they manipulate and they prevent to rise the price, but now they cannot hold it anymore. Something really happening seriously in the gold.
Well, I warned them 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I told them that, guys, there is a prediction because I'm a wide reader. I'm a current event person. I warned them that the price of gold will rise to 3,900 to 4,000 per ounce or 5,000 per ounce. Now it's working, but they don't believe it. They don't believe. So now they are on panic right now. They are. Our selling price on 22 carats is 116,550.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Now, I've been watching Kitco, 4,000 per ounce. I think it would reach 4,000 maybe end of this month.
Yeah, could be, because it's now black and white. Before the end of 2025, it will be 4,000 US dollar per ounce. It's clear.
4,000 per ounce times 32.15 could be 128,600.
Yeah, could be around, maybe close to 200, 4,200.
Yes. And then, middle of 2026, the price of gold would rise again to 5,000 per kilo. O per ounce, 5,000 per ounce. 5,000 times 32.15 could be 160,750.
Yeah, even the silver price is getting higher. Over so many years, they have been also disqualified and try to keep the prices down. But now the silver is make also 100% profit from 34 to 65.
Well, the buyers are the gold trader are really, they don't know what they're doing. Now, recently, I think last week, I was talking to Madju. Madju is from Conakry, Guinea. And this gentleman that he met, he knows me. And this gentleman from Dubai, he knows me for, I think he said, he was telling to Madju that I know Wilhelmina for 2 years. So he went to Conakry and he traveled to Sigiri. Sigiri is a mining site. It's a big mining site. All big firm and local company are mining in Sigiri. So what happened, this guy from Dubai didn't get the gold. So he approached Madju. So Madju says, oh, I know Wilhelmina from Australia. He came to our place to have the lunch with us. And this guy from Dubai, and he said, really, I know Wilhelmina. And I said to Madju, go back to him. If he knows me, why he cannot get the gold? Aha.
You have some reason.
There is a reason. And then this gentleman, he was asking Madju to help him, and Madju cannot even help him. I said to Madju, go back to him, create a group chat. I want to interview him. And when he found out he's not a buyer, he's a broker. The buyer from Dubai paid his travel cost to travel to Conakry. Failure. See? Can you imagine? He knows me for 2 years.
We talk about this one also before, Mrs. Ford. All the small traders and these daydreamers will be vanished soon.
Yeah, they're dreaming. Another guy, he went to Sierra Leone. He's from Dubai. Again, they are in trouble. I told him, well, I'm not here to solve your problem. You solve your problem. So that is the problem with the gold trader, because they think that he can make profit. They can make profit, but you follow the golden rules of the country.
Well, what I believe that there is a huge game. Actually, it's not a game, but strategy on the gold, in the gold mineral, Mrs. Ford. It's concerning of the governments. You see, French government now they are struggling. People they are not happy with the performance of the Macron. They don't want him anymore. This Palestinian and Israel conflict is turned to the huge conflict, and it's affecting many economies in the Middle East.
No, the Central Bank of United States, there's shortage of supply. Now, what they do, I read articles on Kitco. What this big company, they really travel to Africa. Now, Africa is awakening. Africa now is in control of their precious mineral. You can buy gold, you can invest in gold, but they would not give you for free. You pay the price. You pay the price. We have the gold, you pay the price. Now, my role and your role is very simple. If the buyer understand that we are now on digital information, and I put everything on digital information, but this international buyer, they're roaming around thinking they can get gold. Like this buyer from South Africa. I told this South African broker, you have gold in South Africa. Why you cannot find the gold? And you know what he said to me? Gold in South Africa is in control by the government. And I told him, of course. Run Refinery is in control. And he supply it. And even Run Refinery cannot even cope up the demand. They cannot. So they're buying all over Africa. I know the secret. We have tons of gold. In Mali, we have tons of gold. In Conakry and in Sierra Leone, tons of gold. But you cannot get the tons of gold unless you ask for CIF or Black Fund. Now, this is FOB. So that is how it works. So at least when you attended the Turkey exhibition, Ramis, at least you gain knowledge. You gain.
Yeah, I realized most of the time which Turkish companies they are participating consistently this occasion, and who is coming from abroad, and how is the situation, what the people they have, even start after first day, start to go down the frequency of this the exhibition, because it was not much attractive. Even I met with from Pakistan, the chamber delegation. I give them also our this information, physical, the buying procedure, your biography. 4 of them, they come from 4 of them. I took their business card. They come from Pakistan. So your information went through until the Pakistan now.
But Pakistan, they have a lot of rules and regulation to bring into Pakistan. The tax in Pakistan is too high.
But these people, they are very cynical, like Indian, my dear sister, and there are so many population living in UK, Pakistani, and also they have some people in Dubai.
Yes.
So it goes from rural to rural, business to business.
Exactly, and they are also wise. They are a bargainer.
Yeah.
They're wise.
Yeah, they're bargainer, but they realize the reality. They are not much bargainer. They are more realized people than the Pakistani.
Okay.
They have one clever side, yes, they like to bargain.
Well, there is always room for negotiation. There is always. When the negotiation transpired and when the transaction successful, the negotiator is the best. What is the cause of civil war? Because a negotiator cannot comprehend and cannot advise both party. Well, Wilhelmina is here. I am a negotiator and you are also a negotiator. But the buyer has to comply whether he has the cash flow or not. Because if he doesn't have the cash flow, how could he get the supply? There's a saying, supply and demand determine the price. Hmm. So, or at least you enjoy your attend the on exhibition in Turkey. Hmm.
Yeah, but this is before the year is over. It was the last organization. So before the April 2025, there is no more exhibition, and so that is also for me.
You
Because
follow
it is
up
already
them. The one that
Yeah,
you meet in exhibition, I want you to follow up them.
yeah, but now we just come back. It's already a couple of days, so it has to give sometimes the people to decide, especially this Malaysian-based company.
Yeah.
Well, even though if they decide to move to United Arab Emirates in Dubai, it will take sometimes their documentation process. At least it take 1 year. This Turkish gold refinery, if they move and if they establish a business in branch office in Dubai, at least to work with us, it will take 2 years.
No,
I
it
don't
would
have much
if
time
they
to
knows
take
no if they deal with the company that who process all the paperwork, it would take only maybe 9 months. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but 9 months without sales, how I'm supposed to survive? Because you don't sell, you don't.
I just finished talking to my network. His name is Ramis, and he's based in Turkey. He's my business partner, and he asked my advice, my opinion, and I mentor him, and he's learning, and he works for me. And I said to Ramis, you need to learn because no one will teach you. So I mentor Ramis, and I said to Ramis, this gold business is a very tricky business. Even the seller was surprised when the seller hired me in the beginning. Going back to my background, 2011, the company in Africa saw my profile when I was in real estate. I think I mentioned that on my previous video. So this company saw my profile because here in Australia, when you sell, you're gonna put that online. Okay, so I created my small personal website and link it into realestate.com because I used to work on real estate. I have a license, a real estate agent. So now I'm retired. So before I retired, the company in Africa hired me. So I refused and I turned it down. And they said, Madam, I will pay your travel cost. Come and see me. That was in Ghana, okay, 2011. So I sat down with them and I look at the situation. During the time, 2011, Ghana was really very popular. And there's also a lot of notorious broker, notorious seller, and notorious buyer. They're grabbing because gold is really selling very fast. So this international buyer also deceived the seller, and the seller also lost gold. So what they did, they paid all of my expenses. So I sat down with them and I told them, really, it's very simple. Why you cannot position yourself? Now, what they did to me, and he said, Madam, this foreigner, these white people, they really underestimate us because we are black. And they think that we are idiot. And I told him, no, you are not. And this foreigner, this is what my seller that he invited me to come, to sit down with them. This foreigner, they're greedy and selfish. That is why this foreigner was being cheated or was being scammed. And I told him, yeah, they are also a scammer because they are looking for cheap price. And you guys, you have been deceiving yourself as well. And you are really hungry to sell. And those international buyer is hungry to buy in order for them to get the profit. This is what my explanation to my seller. First time I went to Africa. So what happened? I sit down with him. I look at the situation. I drive around in East Lagoon. I went to different small refinery to taste the gold. During the time, the best refinery was ER Logistic. The best, their machinery is coming from Italy. Now today, in Ghana, there are 14 refineries. Now today, the government has changed because there's so many laundering, so many smuggling, taking gold out of Ghana, they bring it to Dubai, and the government is losing income. Now the government has changed. You cannot buy gold in Ghana unless you pay in full, unless you deal with the government agency that is licensed by the government. So now the 14 refineries are also struggling. And most of the gold in Ghana are smuggled from Cameroon, smuggled into Ghana from Liberia, smuggled from Sierra Leone, smuggled from Conakry, smuggled from Mali. Why they smuggled it? I have to tell you guys, because they think that the international buyer is all really a buyer. So the seller was excited when they meet the international buyer, come to Ghana, we are the buyer, but actually he is not a buyer. I know, because I interviewed the lady from Israel, but she is an American passport. She was stuck in Ghana during the time when I was there. I even invited her for dinner, and my seller wouldn't touch her. But because I'm a woman, and she's really begging me to get the gold, because her investor put money into her bank account and she overspent the money. So I was listening to this lady. Yeah, she's from Israel, but her passport is an American passport, but I don't want to mention her name. And you know what she said? You're really very brave, Wilhelmina. And she's really starving. And I told her, don't worry, come with me, we're gonna have a dinner. So my driver is Foster during the time. And Foster said, Madam, this lady, she's really hungry. I said, it's okay. I understand her. The investor from United States put money into her bank account and she opened a company in Ghana. But no one will touch her. Nobody. Can you imagine that? Now, Mr. Buyer, if you open a company in Mali, in Conakry, in Sierra Leone, the seller wouldn't touch you. Why? You are a competitor. If you have the license, if you have a company, why you cannot find the gold? That is the question of my head office. And also me. I meet a buyer that have license. I meet a buyer in Sierra Leone, and I met the buyer in Mali and in Conakry that he has company. He opened a company in Africa. He couldn't get the gold. Why? My head office was telling me, Madam, if he has a company, he doesn't need us. Madam, he is not a buyer. My seller said, or he's looking for cheap price. And we don't sell cheap. So I met this guy from Singapore. His name is Martin. In Conakry when I was there. I traveled in Conakry many times because I have to accompany the buyer. So I was talking and he stayed in the same hotel. He didn't get gold. He's looking for cheap price. I said to Martin, no, we don't sell cheap price. You know you're a businessman. You're going to bring that to Singapore and then you make money. So he's a failure. Yes. So international buyer, you don't need to play around. You are buying this precious mineral. There is a value on it. All right? And we don't sell cheap price. We don't sell CIF, cost, insurance, and freight. We don't deal with black fund or escrow. You have the money, show it to me that you have available fund in your bank account, then we can do business. Now, before you show me your proof of fund, you come for conference. Let's talk live video discussion. And you ask question and I will give you the answer. And I'm going to ask question as well. Why you want to buy gold? What is the purpose of buying gold? Right? And how long you been searching for gold? This is my question. So let's talk about how you are going to get the gold from us, because I am here to assist you. My question is really very simple. How long you been searching for gold? And you're gonna tell me, well, Amina, I've been to Africa and I was being deceived and I was being cheated. Something wrong with you. Well, Amina, I've been searching for gold and I was being scammed. Something wrong with you. Why you were being scammed? You talk to the owner of the gold that you're asking CIF, cost, insurance, and freight. So you're gonna be scammed. Yes. Because when you pay the gold CIF and then you hand carry, the owner of the gold will call the police because you don't have a license. Yes. And then you're gonna be arrested and then you are in trouble. And then you're gonna say, oh, I was being scammed. Correct. You will. You need to buy the gold to a licensee. That the buyer have a license to export to you. That the buyer did comply and the seller did comply to pay taxes yearly, and the seller will give you the receipt that he did pay taxes. But I have all the documentation of my seller because I am the extension of the seller. The seller hired me to handle. The seller hired me to interview you. The seller give me the power to say yes or no. That is the reason why you found this video. Now, Mr. Buyer, our selling price, it varies day to day. I just finished talking to Ramesh. Ramesh is learning from me. And I've given him a chance. I motivated Ramesh and I give Ramesh my knowledge. My seller would not give you this kind of knowledge. Nah. The owner of the gold has no time to give you the secret. I am here to give you the secret in order for you to get the profit. Now, my services is not for free. When I travel with you, yes, I do charge my services. I do charge my extra service. Out of 8%, I can renegotiate the price for you because I have the power to bargain on your behalf. But before that, you need to convince Wilhelmina. After you read this full corporate offer on this video, you subscribe and give me a thumb. Whether you like it or not, whether you learn or not, it's okay. At least you build your confidence. Oh, I was talking to Wilhelmina. She's right. I cannot take the gold out of the country if I don't pay. Of course, you need to have a export documentation like ASA report, attestation, ownership, custom clearance, and you need to insure the gold. So I have all the materials with me because the seller give me all the authority. And I will tell you which shipping agent that you are going to take. I will advise you, but I want you to do your own research as well. That is not my job, but because I've been in Africa, I know if you buy gold in Conakry, use Emirates. The office is in the airport. You do your research. Don't depend on Wilhelmina. I only prepare the contract because I'm going to gather your credential. I'm going to gather a copy of your business registration, a copy of your importation license, passport copy, proof of fund that you have over $1 million in your bank account to prove that you are really, really a buyer. And you need to have a compliance. You need to apply money laundering certificate. Because when you transfer the payment from your end to Africa, Africa is also a red flag of gold laundering. So both parties has to have a compliance. Right. Now the seller will provide you mining license, export license, and profile. Wilhelmina have everything, but I would not release it to any one of you until I interview you, until I see you live video call, until I receive your credential. Because when I receive your credential, I will review that and I will tell you, yes, you meet the criteria. Then I'm going to submit this to my head office that I've given you a very good negotiation of the price. Yes, then you will review the contract. You will receive the letter of confirmation. You will not receive the contract beforehand. We will not send any full corporate offer anymore. The full corporate offer is in front of you. Just subscribe and click below. Give me a thumb. If you understand, you gain knowledge. If you don't understand, well, you are the loser. Now remember, 3 years ago, I warned everyone on my previous video that the gold will rise and rise and rise again. Now recently, the price of gold was 3,600 per ounce. Then increases to 3,800 per ounce. Now today, 3,900 per ounce. It's almost 4,000 per ounce. Now multiply that to 32.15. Use your calculator. Right. So you visit my Facebook platform if you want more knowledge, because knowledge is worth $1 million. Seller would not give you this kind of information. Even the joker broker. Most of the broker, they come to Wilhelmina. Most of the buyer, they knows me. And they roam around, they go behind my back. What happened? They come back to me. There was a guy from Norway when I was in Dubai last April. And I stayed in Dubai for four days. This guy from Norway is really very arrogant. And maybe the way he talk is really very, very rascal. And I met him in the hotel. And he stayed in the 5-star hotel. And he make an appointment with me. So I hired a limousine to be my driver. I hired a security guard as my protector, because I'm a woman. Because in Dubai, there's so many notorious buyers as well. So I came early. I was waiting on the lobby. They stayed at a 5-star elegant hotel. And I stayed on the 4-star hotel. To me, I don't stay on the fancy hotel. The problem with me, I just want to have bed and rope over my head, because I only stay 4 days. So I don't stay on the sophisticated hotel. I'm very thrifty. So this guy was really arrogant. And I told this guy, I'm already on the lobby. I came early. So would you like to come down? And you know what he said? What do you want from me? I said, well, you asked me to come and see you. If you don't want to see me, I have to go. Don't waste my time, I told him, because my time is precious. He's arrogant. He's from Norway. He fly from Norway to Dubai because he encountered disaster. He thought that I could solve his problem. And I told him, I cannot solve your problem. I cannot. So when I was talking to him, he did not pay the gold. He only pay cost insurance and freight taxes. And I told him, no one will give you his gold 100 kilos to pay taxes. You never know, you might run away. Bingo. He begged me to solve his problem. I said to him, no, I cannot help you. Another guy, he invited me as well. He's from Iraq. He became multimillionaire in Dubai. Now this Muslim, I don't want to mention his name, he was being recommended by a Filipina. So he welcomed me and he asked me to come to his office, and I did. And this gentleman, he doesn't want to shake my hand. He doesn't. So it's okay. I respect him because he's a Muslim. And while I'm talking to him, he's a little bit boastful. So I'm listening to him and I pick up his language. And they said, oh, you know, I earn multi-million dollars. I don't put money. Bring your gold and I will make you rich. And I said to him, you don't need to make me rich. I will make you rich instead. And he was intrigued with my language. And I told him, you don't need to tell me on how to make rich, because I'm already rich of knowledge. And I'm assisting you to get the gold from Africa. His gold from Dubai coming from Africa. So he didn't get the gold because he asked the owner of the gold to bring it to him. And I told him, no, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work at all. So while I was in Conakry, he called me, Madam, I have a brother in Conakry. Please help him. And I told him, what mode of payment is going? Or tell your seller to bring the gold to Dubai and we'll pay after final assay. I turn it down. So guys, don't muck around with this business. You are a gold launderer. If you're asking CIF, you are part of gold launderer. Your money you are going to launder, then you are in trouble. I advise my seller, do not believe on buyer unless the buyer show that he has over $1 million in his bank account, because the payment must be bank to bank, not CIF, not block fund, not letter of credit, not escrow. You have to pay bank to bank. Before you pay bank to bank, you need to have a contract with us. You need to travel with me. You need to come with me so that I can take you to the office, inspect the gold. Then that's the time the gold will be assay. There is a cost to test the gold of $150 per kilo. So there is a cost. Yes, do not shorten the journey because you are going to be in trouble. Yes. Now, I think my explanation is enough for you to comprehend. Now, after you listen to this video, come for conference. Why are you hiding? You don't need to hide your face. You don't need to be scared to be interviewed live video call. You don't need to. Why are you gonna be scared for? Meaning to say you're a smuggler. Because I'm not scared to show my face. I'm not. Why? Oh, madam, I don't want to be videoed. Oh, well, maybe you're a criminal. Because a criminal is scared to be found out. Why? You don't show your face. Why? If you're in Dubai, download Botim. Let's meet each other live video call. Nowadays, everything now is on digital. I purchase products through advertisement on Facebook. Yeah, this one. I purchased this on Facebook. This one here. Everything now is on digital. You are going to purchase gold from us. I advertise. Everything now is on digital. We advertise that we have gold in Africa. I am an extension of the seller. This is my virtual office and based in Brisbane, Australia. There is no gold here. My job is to interview you. My job is to get all your credentials, whether you're qualified or not. Because if you don't qualify, immediately I'm going to reject you. So when you come for conference, make sure you're really a real buyer. And then one buyer said, oh, madam, I want to see your client. We don't divulge our client. We don't share the information of the client. You have to prove. You have to come with me, and then I will determine which seller I'm going to take you, either in Sierra Leone, either in Mali, or in Conakry. I will determine when you meet the criteria. If you don't meet the criteria, I'm going to reject you. I'm sorry, good luck. You're not qualified. You are going to be qualified when you show me your credential. If you don't show me your credential, to me, you are not a buyer. You're not. You are not a buyer. A real buyer would not be scared to share his credential. And your credential is between us and Wilhelmina. Remember, when you meet the criteria, I'm going to apply with you. And I will take you to the seller which I'm going to determine. And I do charge my extra service to be with you. My services is not for free. I already given you enough free information worth $1 million. No such seller will explain to you like this, none whatsoever, even brokers. So that's the reason why buyers pretending to be on my YouTube channel and on Facebook, and then they travel to Africa. What happened? Disaster. Yeah, everybody knows me, but they don't want to deal with Wilhelmina. And one buyer from Dubai, he met Madju. Madju is from Conakry. And Madju called me, Madam, we have the buyer here in Conakry. I'm sorry, Madju. I don't entertain buyers without invitation. And I don't entertain buyers already on the ground without me scrutinizing the buyer. So when Madju found out that buyer is not a buyer, he is a buyer's agent. The buyer paid his travel cost in order to search gold on behalf of the buyer. Mr. Buyer, you don't need to hire a broker. You meet this lady, guarantee you will get the gold, but you need to follow the golden rules. Don't cut corner. If you cut corner, then you are going to fail. And if I'll take you to Africa, do not go behind my back. Because there was such a buyer, he go behind my back. What happened? Disaster. His eyes become big because of profit. You don't need to. I am here with you. I am going to bargain on your behalf. Instead of 5%, we give you 8%, or I might consider to give you 10% because I have the power to negotiate on your behalf as well, because you're paying my services. You know how much I charge you? $20,000 for my travel costs and miscellaneous expenses. When you go to a lawyer, you're gonna be charged. When you talk to the lawyer just only on phone calls, you're gonna be charged $250. Yeah. When you're talking to Wilhelmina, you gain knowledge, you get the gold. Which one you like, Mr. Buyer? Now, next year, I'm going to increase my services to $25,000. So get now, because the price goes up. When the price goes up, my services is also goes up. Now, you must remember, we are now on 3,954 per ounce. I'm going to double check because the price of gold changes every half an hour. Just a moment. Okay. Just bear with me. Now, the price of gold is 3,960.41 per ounce. In dollars term is 127,344.43. On 22 carats, 116.72 per kilo. So don't panic. Just convince Wilhelmina. Then you will get the supply for your business. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good morning to you and good evening.